Hi, I'm Tyler Rennie, and I'm here to share with you guys how Elliott Hulse has inspired me to become a stronger version of myself. And what he inspired me to do was a couple months ago, I decided to quit football. And I know that sounds weird. It sounds extremely weird to me when I say it. But little background to the story. I grew up playing football like a lot of kids, and I loved it. I love playing football. After my senior year, I wasn't being looked at by the schools that any kid wants to be looked at who wants to play college ball, like the Pac-12 schools, Big Eastern schools. Instead, I was being looked at by like the community colleges around where I lived, and the private Division 3 schools within my state. Excuse me. Uh, and it just didn't feel right. Just how do you say that? Just kind of giving up. It felt like if I went to the smaller schools because I wanted to play at the highest level I possibly could. So what I did was I sent some tape of me playing football to Oregon State and also a video of me doing a couple lifts because, I'm not an idiot. I knew that my greatest attribute was my strength. And so I figured if I could impress them with my strength, then they'd be willing to take me in and, develop me. And that's kind of what happened. They saw my tape and they liked my strength, and they decided to give me an opportunity to try out for the team. And it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was extremely humbling to be around such, great athletes. These guys are so, you know, fast and agile, and they, they it was incredible knowing that I'm sitting here eating lunch with a guy who could be going, to the NFL in a few years. It, just gives you, butterflies sometimes just thinking about it. Um, so I eventually made the team, but I wasn't any superstar. uh, of course, I was a super strong kid, but my speed wasn't quite at the level that it needed to be at, and neither was my agility to see any realistic playing time. I knew that I'd probably be in special teams and never actually get a chance to, play with the offense. Um, I forgot to mention uh, I made the team as a fullback, kind of as a blocking fullback, which if you guys know anything about football, the fullback position is kind of dying out. No one really needs a fullback anymore. And so I decided to leave Oregon State to go to a Division 2 school, knowing that I'd probably get playing time there. Um, and things were going great. You know, uh, you know, I was playing football. I was happy. But I started realizing that because of the jumping around between schools and not being able to use up any of my uh, athletic eligibility, that I'd be in football for 6, 7 years, meaning I wouldn't be able to go on to my graduate studies for that long. Right, I have to wait until then to go to my graduate studies, and I knew this wasn't a good thing, but it was like I'll make it work. I'll, you know, my parents are helping me out pay for college anyway since, I'm not getting a scholarship. I'll, just pay them off when, I get into my career after college. And what I do plan on doing, uh, I want to be a strength coach, just like Elliott Hulse. Um, I love the training aspects of athletics just as much as the sport itself. I love going to the weight room and going doing box jumps and figuring out my own workout routines and scribbling in my journal and all that stuff about it. And so I want to share that passion with other people. The problem is I wouldn't be able to share that passion for a long time because of being stuck in football for so long. And I was really wrestling with this. And then I came across a video that Elliott Hulse uploaded one day. And he was talking, or he was answering a question about uh, moving on from who you view yourself as, you know, removing yourself from that, and how if you don't do that, it can, hinder you from becoming the strongest version of yourself. And his example was it was really hard for him to remove himself from the idea of him being a strongman competitor. And I I realized that I needed to do what he did and remove my idea of myself as a football player so that I could move on with my life and pick up more resourceful tools to help me in my journey to become a strength coach. And it was extremely tough to make that decision to quit finally, but uh, it'll all be worth it. And I'd like to thank Elliott Hulse for helping me move on with my life. And I'd like to tell him, keep doing what you're doing because we all appreciate it. Uh, Thank you for your time, and bye.